Hello and welcome to my guide to Stranglethorn Vale. My name is Mukherjee and here is my avatar Anzati the Hunter, which I've seen fit to look at Stranglethorn Vale according to the colonial perspective. Now we will start from the point of view that is typical for paintings of the colonial times. You know, the one here that is standing somewhere high, looking over the vista of the terrain in front of him, and feeling or good-like and privileged, you know, because he could discover this whole new savage place that he can now call his. Said says in his Culture and Imperialism that imperialism is an ideology justifying the superiority of a stronger culture over a weaker one. So this is the point of view that we will analyze here, and we will meet with the strong and weak, both in quotation marks, cultures, not here. Okay, now let's get to the Stranglethorn Vale. Stranglethorn Vale is a jungle. It's a jungle resembling mix of South America and India. You can see that the blend is pretty vague. You can see that flora and fauna and other parts of the environment don't really fit that well. And as Mukherjee says in Playing Fields of Empire and Spatiality in Video Games, you can see that the less Western is the model from which was the terrain created, the more vague and less historically accurate the actual in-game level gets. Now, for example, the cities that are modeled according to Western medieval cities are pretty accurate. Here you can see Nagas, like hostile creatures and first natives we encounter in today's journey, and of course they are hostile because they are Nagas, but it's very hard to find some non-hostile local NPCs, like all of them are either hostile savages or parts of Horde or the Alliance. Here we can see the pirates, you know, buccaneers. And do you know why they are pirates? And why they are the bad guys? Just because they came after us. Like everyone who was there before and who comes after us is immediately considered a villain. They are hostile and they want to do basically the same stuff we want, to plunder the Stranglethorn Vale of all its resources, to fuel our endless war and greed. But these guys had the bad luck to come after us, so we are forced to kill them all. This is Booty Bay, a beautiful city, our safe haven and a center of commerce, which we share with the Alliance, because then we can plunder Stranglethorn Vale hand in hand. And because of its strategic nature, we can be pretty sure that it stands on a place where some city of locals and natives were before. You know, Warcraft works pretty accurately in this, and we can be sure that some remains of ancient culture will be somewhere in the base of the city, which we've put up so we can make a hub for exploring more. Like no city here is for the player, according to the perspective that is forced on you, worth exploring from some cultural site. It's only a strategic point for you to continue in your journey to be better and to conquer. Yeah. Now you can see a minimap here. There are almost no metagame icons in the minimap. Only one arrow, which is because of mode I've put in the World of Warcraft. I will just be here so that I do not get killed. This is the main map. You can see that you can zoom zoom out, but otherwise it is pretty close to colonial maps as video games maps go. You know, there are no metagame icons, you can only see what is written and drawn on the map. Mostly some strategic structures, paths and stuff like that. You can see coastline, you can see mountains. Basically, you can see the most important strategic points even before you actually explore them. That can be seen here. For example, there is this brownish part. Here you can see that there are only the main parts of the map visible, and otherwise I need to actually go there and explore. It resembles the what Majkowski cites, the request for exploring Africa that we've seen all around how it looks like from the outside, but we still need to find out the details to fill it all in. On this map you can see just the biggest icons from the metagame and more or less nothing else. Now we will probably continue to north on this path, so I can show you other aspects of colonial thinking which was put into designing this map. Unfortunately, I can't show you how it looks when you discover a new part of the map, because I've discovered all of them already during my last 4 tries to make this video, which failed miserably because of my technical skills. So yeah, now we should go north. Okay, the cities, as I mentioned, are only a key for your success, and they are full of NPCs that give you quests. These quests give you experience and money and other rewards you might need, and quite often they show the NPCs as utterly dumb, unaccomplished individuals. You know, these guys are like level 65 elite sometimes, and they can't combat few trolls coming their way. So it shows you that you are actually the good guy who is helping everybody. And for example, it shows you how little you care about the NPCs. For example, if the NPC would tell me to kill the gorilla I just showed in the video, and tell me, yeah, you know you need to go on this path and then turn right in this exact position, and would tell you everything quite precisely, it still wouldn't show on the map, because their cartography skills are no use for your colonial mind, even though you can make a map from their thoughts only. Now we are in Gurubashi Arena. It's one of the biggest wonders you can find here, and a beautiful monument from before, and it has its own entry on map. It's charted, but there is not many monuments like this that are charted from the old era, from the natives, because it seems that their architecture and their structures are not important, but your field made like 2 weeks ago, that will probably not last more than a year, needs to be put in the map. Now it shows you that only the man-made or orc-made or elf-made structures from your time count, and the other ones are just made there as some, yeah, here probably will be some ruins of no importance. Now we will move upwards a little bit, and we will talk about custom points on map. Like you can see here that there are a lot of places usually named in English or in Orcish that are main languages used, like the native names for the places are not important because it then wouldn't seem like you found it, if you couldn't name it after yourself or after anything that came to your mind. Where was I? Yeah, that you can't make custom points of map because something that is worth seeing for the player has no strategic importance for the horde or for the alliance. So you can't just say, yeah, this great piece of flora or fauna or the geographical feature here is worth noting. Yeah, it isn't for the makers of the game. Which essentially force you to just go on a baseline of strategic importance. Here you can see the architecture, like the mix of India and Aztecs or Incas. Now we will move a little bit more to the north and talk about, here I tried to discover a new part of the land for you to see, but it was impossible because I have discovered it before. This part brownish there which I showed. Unfortunately it wasn't possible, but believe me that when you discover a new part of the world you see some effect, like you've discovered this part and pretty sound, and you get a lot of experience for it. You get some experience points for it, which shows you that you should chart the world you are coming through, not only for your own good, but even for something else that appreciates it by awarding you these experience points. Now we will be closing to the infamous part of Stranglethorn Vale that is called the Expedition. It's one of the main sources of the post-Stranglethorn Vale syndrome, where people get very angry on the other side of the conflict because they meet them there for the first time. So hopefully no one will kill us there. These are a lot of resources to plunder, like to gather metal or silver or what was there, to kill some crocodiles for their pelts, even though there are like 10 of them in the whole Stranglethorn Vale, I suppose. And then come the quest in the expedition. As you will see shortly, the quests are not only showing that the locals are incapable of anything meaningful, but they also show how the creators of the game saw the beautiful Stranglethorn Vale just as their playground. There are 4 or 5 quest givers in the Singvaris expedition, which you will see shortly, and all of them give you quests, and all of those quests, apart from one, are about hunting. They tell you to hunt raptors and tigers and panthers and gorillas, I think, and you progressively go to hunt more and more rare species of those animals for their pelts and for their furs, for fun mostly. And they give you rewards, and then in the end you get to kill the unique individual of the species, like a big great white lion or a beautiful big raptor, so that you can bring them their head or their tusks or their pelt, and you get major reward for that. Many of the quests are like this, like they see the place like the playground where they can hunt for fun and do not really care about the well-being of the environment and the species that are present here. Okay, So one other thing, there was in Majkowski's article some part talking about making the world smaller via cartography. It actually doesn't work here because you cannot fast travel only because of the map. You actually need to use some in-game mean of transport, like my Wolf, for example, or ships, zeppelins. In one case, it's an underground, I think. So the cartography is not that useful to you if you do not have an add-on that shows you quests on the map, and you are actually not forced to discover everything in the map. You just need to discover enough for you to complete the quest, but the charting itself is not the aim, because they do not care about you spreading the word of civilization to help locals everywhere. They need it just as a tool for you to get better and richer and stronger and eventually win the war that your two factions care about. So for today that will be all from me. I hope that you did enjoy this video, so I'm looking forward to your feedback. Enjoy playing, and goodbye.